Now, so we talked about when you don't finish your term, then the senator must be 30 years old, and now we're at what was actually Section 3.5. The Vice President of the United States will be President of the Senate, but may not vote except to break a tie. Remember what I said earlier? Some president who could have stopped a certain election and he voted against us. His name was Al, what's that last name? Al somebody? Gore, yeah. Al Gore. He sunk us, didn't he? He could have voted against it, but he didn't. It was a tie in the Senate, and he broke the tie. Is it important to have a good vice president? You bet your boots. He serves as president of the Senate. He has no voting power except in a tie, and he's a tiebreaker. And he broke us because he voted against us when he voted. Okay, this point 6, the Senate will choose their own officers and also a temporary president. He or she will preside only if the vice president is absent or when the vice president is the acting president of the United States. So the Senate can choose their own officers. One will be a temporary, and if the vice president has to take over president, then the what's it called in the minority group, not the whip, but what is it? Yeah, he comes in and moves into the place of the vice president. So only the vice president is absent, or when the vice president is acting as the president. So when he's not there, somebody fills his place, and that's the reason why the Senate has them do that.
I remember Joe Biden, when he was running for vice president, he was criticizing Dick Cheney.
Wait. Okay, just kind of stand up there and. Okay.
Now I remember when Joe Biden was running for vice president that he criticized Dick Cheney because that he had felt like that he had too much of a role in the Senate. So to me, it kind of seemed like the vice president, president of the Senate, in a way, has become more symbolic. But it seems like, from looking at the Constitution, that the vice president, I guess, does he basically, like, other than break a tie, does he, like, preside over the proceedings, or how does that work?
Kind of. Yeah, he's kind of presiding officer, and then he only votes in case of a tie.
But you never see him preside over the Senate.
I know it. They always appoint other people to do it. So it's kind of, we need to get everything back to the Constitution. Do you know it? Okay, the Senate will have the exclusive power to try all impeachments. Remember what I said now. What does the House do on impeachments? They indict. They act like, what do we call today when you call a court? And our Constitution says very clearly you can't be indicted unless you've gone through what? Well, it's a jury, but it's through the what? What do you have whenever if I'm going to go to court, I can't get there unless somebody says I should indict me. Who is it? Grand jury. Yeah. So you're not going to get indicted unless the grand jury indicts you. Another little thing that our forefathers put into our Constitution to protect us. So that actually gives you a chance to get out unless they've got enough proof in the grand jury to indict you. So the Congress indicts you with 2/3 with the vote. Okay, it has to be 2/3 to indict you, and then the Senate tries you. They actually conduct the trial, and so the Senate then has the power to try all impeachments. Which impeachments? All impeachments. We've had some federal judges impeached not too long ago. Matter of fact, I forget the guy's name out of Louisiana. This judge, he took a $150,000 bribe. Y'all remember that? And then not too long later, he ran for the legislature. They elected him back in the legislature. That's pretty cool, wasn't it? No, he should never gotten back in. Okay, when they are conducting an impeachment trial, they must first swear that they will act impartially. How about that? The Senate has to take a vote, and first of all, they have to say to you, can you bring an impartial view against this president if you're trying for impeachment? They have to say yeah, or they can't do it. So when the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice must preside. There will be no convictions unless 2/3 of the member president vote for it. In the House of Representatives, they're indicted on 2/3 vote. In the Senate, they are sentenced they are convicted on 2/3 votes of the Senate. Now, the last part on the sentence. The most serious consequence of impeachment will be to remove the person from office. Okay, so the most serious part is removing from office, disqualify him or her from holding any official position under the United States. He's not qualified. What about this judge who got elected to Congress? However, a convicted person may still have other liability, so there's other things you can do to that person. If they stole some money, you can still indict him and you can still try him for money. But he's only impeached by the Senate and could be charged, tried, judged, and punished according to law. It's interesting. We'll talk about this sooner or later. But so we have Senate. We have 6-year terms. It started off. They just started off. One senator had 2 years. Next senator had 4 years. Next one had 6 years. Then they started written into the rotation cycle, right? Why did they only have that? Because they want the state to be representative, and they did it to establish stability. Now, when you elect people regularly to the Senate, to the House of Representatives, you're not establishing stability. You're establishing instability because they lose track of where they're at. They can't remember what it's like to work. They don't know how hard it was. You worked 2 or 3 months before to make a living. They don't know how hard you worked out there applying that field. Some of those guys did it in those days. And Abraham Lincoln, when he was elected, he was a land surveyor of all things. And I know he worked hard because he got there and he sweated. He had to. Because, well, at least I do anyway. I'm sure he did too. So, anyway, so then they have to be 30 years old, a resident of the state in which he lives, and they can handle impeachment. And impeachment, if they're tried, they have to be brought to trial or charges brought to them by the House of Representatives. The Senate tries them, and then 2/3 majority takes to convict them, right? Okay, now we're going to stop there because we're going to go next to what we call really elections and start some housekeeping things in the Constitution. We're going to talk about the Electoral College some more and meetings and stuff like that. We can't meet here on 4th Thursday of the month because that's our regular Republican meeting. So we have to change. Would you all be in favor, or would you come back on a third Thursday of the month? That's the only one open on the books here at the Pizza Inn. That was, doesn't make y'all any difference? Yeah, it'll be September the third Thursday in September. But now, first of all, I'm just asking, can y'all do that? Because I just talked to the manager out here, and the third Thursday night's available. They've got somebody on the first, the second Thursday, and the third Thursday, and then the third and the fourth are open. The fourth is our regular Republican meeting. Third Thursday? Yeah, for the next couple. We'll do a couple more months. Probably take us a couple more months to do this. I don't know about y'all, but I want to go through the Constitution word by word and study it that way. And I need all the help I can get to study it. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all feel the same way? Were you bored tonight? Does anybody feel bored?
No, I wouldn't.
Do you realize how many of our constitutional rights are already being taken away from us? You realize that our Senate has the power to do it, to conduct it all? Do you realize that the third Thursday is the 15th? The 15th is third Thursday. Is that okay with y'all? Okay, write it down then, September 15th, and I'll go out and confirm it. Okay? I didn't realize that, but that's right. So it is September, be the 15th. Okay with y'all? Is that done? Okay, we'll pick up from this point. I'm not going to go to all the background. I'm not going to pass out these papers anymore. You bring your study guides and your notes. And tonight, if you want to invest $9, and if you want to just take up a love offering. I'll take up however money we can get, and I'll just order books. And that would be too fair because you may give $20 and not get a book, you know. So it'd be best for you just, if you want to order a book, get a little piece of paper and write your name on it, and either tell me you'll give me the money next time or that whatever, because I'll order the books and get them here. And yes, ma'am. Any closing remarks? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I was going to bring that up.
Several of us went to Chris Ann Hall, and she's got a website, Chris with a K, Ann with an E at the end, hall.com. And she had, her presentation dealt mainly with our Bill of Rights and where it came from historically back in the Middle Ages in England. And of course, even though in several times the King of England was forced to sign different charters and different agreements, and I can't remember all the names, that guaranteed most, if not all, the rights that we were guaranteed in our Bill of Rights, the King would sign it and then would ignore it. And I sort of feel like that now. Our legislature is ignoring our rights as citizens when they ignore our Bill of Rights. And it's, you might go to her website. She comes up here to speak and on various times, and she urged us all to go to her website and check her schedule so that if she ever came in the area that we might come back again. She has a book, and is it DVD or CDs? I haven't put it in where she just, it's DVDs, and I really enjoyed her. She's very knowledgeable.
Good.
She gave up her career as an attorney with the state of Florida because she was going out mainly to homeschoolers and teaching classes on the Constitution. And when her boss found out about it, he gave her an ultimatum. She would either quit teaching the Constitution or she would resign. And I think that this says a lot about her. She did resign. At first she thought, well, I would just send him an email back and I will say, I will have a disclaimer that I'm doing this on my own time. This isn't part of my state duties. It didn't work because this man did not believe in the Constitution.
Right.
Quite
well,
clearly.
just the other day, this teacher of the year who made a comment apart from his job on his own time in violation of gay rights, they fired him here not long ago. Remember about that? There's so much going on today, so many things that you can't keep up with it. We read some of the stuff today, and it's already gone on to some more. Our government moving so fast against us that we've got to stop this. They're running over us, and we've got to stop it. Pardon?
We surrendered.
We did by our nonverbal, we just by keeping our mouth shut. In other words, our silence.
Well, I heard today that don't trust the memorial.
That's true. We did trust them. We didn't think anybody, any American, would do that to another Americans. Yeah, I'm
The
sorry.
memorial service for 9/11 will not have any clergy involved. There will be no prayer. And when I heard that, I thought, they won. And then I realized, no, we surrendered.
That's right. And I think a young lady said this best. She says, I took my life back and gave it to God. So we're going to take our lives back in our Constitution and then give our lives to God. Well, God bless y'all. Thank you so much for being here.